let's talk a bit about the week in videos that was outside there, going out and about, and everybody was talking about the one thing first is, because Aaron went to Electro-Voice, and Electro-Voice showed him how they fixed the problem by putting lipstick on a pig, and that got us to where we are now. So you were concerned about what you were going to say and if you should keep it and stuff like that. And here, I'm the
Well,
guy who's been doing this an awful long time in
yeah,
selling their product. And you know what? If you've ever seen reviews, let's say from Unbox Therapy, right? The guy
yeah,
unboxed it. He's the guy who bent the iPhone.
yeah,
That's his claim to fame. Guess what? iPhone sends him a new phone every time a new one comes out. So, it's like it's
yeah.
not a big deal. And you know what? I was selling Electro-Voice, and we're going back 6, 7 years now. And the ZLX had a display on the back, and that thing, the limiter was like that all the time. It was red flashy light. The Evolve 30 did the same thing. The Evolve 50 did the same thing. And it's because what the real world they're living in, you're limiting that speaker pretty fast. People don't realize how easy it is to hit the limit of that speaker when it comes to the preamp gain. It's like the preamp can be here. This is your zero unity, and you're constantly doing this, and it won't reset until it's been under here for like a second and a half, 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So if you're doing just this, if you're just tweaking it, just like that, above that limit line, the limit light goes on and it stays on for a second and a half, and then before you get a chance, it hits again. And you were right. That's all they did is put lipstick on a pig. They uh,
Yeah.
they took the scary red, turned it into orangey yellow, and gave you the pong game. So it's like oh, look at all
Yeah.
these things. A play pong, play pong. So did they make the speaker any better? No. Did they fix the problem? It's no more of a problem than pretty much all the other manufacturers have. Except all the other manufacturers put it in one little red diode on the back of their speaker
Yeah.
that just flicks. And I mean, it's evolved. Amazingly enough, my wife had an amazing comment today. She doesn't now. She remember she was the buyer, so I would have my dream list. I'd say, "This is the stuff I want to sell in the store. This is what I want to have on the shelves. This is what I think the customers are going to buy, and what I can sell." And then her job was to buy the shit, take the money, place the PO, and pay for it, and then go, "Do you know how much that thing cost? What are you doing? We're gonna be stuck with that shit." Because she lives in the same world we live in, which is, there's some practicality. And she looks at it and she goes, like she sees everything secondhand. Like, she's like your wife. She's off to the side. She's paying attention, but she's not getting too, unless you ask. And I was putting the video together for today's video, and she's sitting there. She's going, "Oh, you're going to talk about that?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "That's like $3,000. Like here, it's like, and think about it, it's like $4,000, $5,000 here." And she's looking at it, she's going, "It's $3,000, and the other one's like 34. Like, who the hell are they selling this to?
Right.
With who's their general mindset?" Now there are people that are going to buy it. There are going to be people that are going to buy it, and you're not making a mistake by buying it. But it's such a curve. It's such a curve in price. And then she said the magic word. It's like Chinese electric cars. They're just coming out of nowhere. These speaker companies are coming in under the wire, and they're pumping out way better shit. Now, is the Electro-Voice better than the other guys? Probably, but is it like $3,000, $4,000 versus $600, $700? No, it's not. And it's like that's why I have a hard time with it. I mean, I would say that it's awesome if I tried it out because I'm sure it is awesome.
Right.
But I'm not going to run out and buy it. I mean, it's like there's lots of other great options out there, but and everybody's like on the fence with it. If you're not buying it, you're like, ooh. If you can't afford it, then you're like, and if you own it, it's like, wait a minute, this is awesome. So for everybody who owns it, I'm not bad mouthing anybody who's bought it or owns it. I think that's wonderful, but it would be a hard pill for me to swallow.
Well, that's my dilemma with releasing the video is that I said what I said on my live stream, and only my super fans are watching the live stream, and it's only getting 200, 300 views. And I know if I put that on my channel as a main video that it has the potential to ruffle a lot of feathers and maybe even go viral in the DJ world. You know, viral for a DJ video is like 10,000 views, you know?
Yeah.
And so I know that it has the potential, and I'm like, if that happens, I know EV is gonna like never want to work with me ever. So
Oh
that's
no, it's not
why,
like that.
huh?
That's not. It's not the case. That's not the case. No, no, no. You know what? Your opinion is honest,
Yeah.
and you know it's not going to change what they're going to offer you because they. It's more important that they work with you to change your mind or show you something that works with you. And it's like you come from a place of honesty
Yeah.
because you own Electro Voices, you own the 200 series,
Yeah. Well, I had the
and
Evolve 50s for my
you
first
had the
4 years.
exactly. So you know what? There's no one's taking anything. Like I watched your video. Did you say I didn't? I'll be honest. I even when you asked the question, I went back and listened to it a second time, going, "Did I miss something?"
I was pretty brutal on my live stream. You didn't see that? Like, I
It
was
wasn't
talking,
that.
I
It
was
wasn't
talking
that.
some mad smack, dude.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
You know what? You're allowed. And you know what? I I I don't I don't I don't I wouldn't worry about it. You
Yeah,
know
I mean,
what?
I just, like to me, I don't understand what they were thinking in their board meeting or whatever. They're all sitting around, and they're like, first of all, I don't understand how they didn't fix that problem within like the first 2 weeks, maybe a month when the speakers released. Why they took this long to release that firmware update, like that's just beyond me because this was like, to me, I said it in my stream, this was a DEF CON 5 moment for them. Like everyone on the forums everywhere is saying that these speakers are limiting too fast and they don't want to buy them because of that. We have to fix this right now. And like it was like they didn't care.
They didn't have a fix. They didn't have a real fix. They had a band-aid that they did. Now I
Yeah.
understand it took them 5 years because if you go back on Electro Voice's website and you go onto their channel page and you look under live streams, you'll find a live stream from 2020, like COVID. They
That's
did a
COVID.
live
Yeah.
thing. They did a live stream then, and they were talking about the Evolve 50, and they had the engineer on, they had a designer on, and they had like a senior guy on to make sure that they didn't say anything that was inappropriate. And they hinted because people were asking about having a bigger subwoofer and having different options. Like people didn't know what they were asking for, but they were really asking for what is now the Evolve 90 and the Evolve 70, right?
Right.
And they hinted the guy who wasn't supposed to say shit and make sure that nobody else says shit basically said, "We're working on something already." He goes, "We
Yeah.
know how much DJs like the product and we're working on something, but we can't talk about it." So basically, the question was a 15 and 18-inch subwoofer, and the answer was, "We're working on it, but we can't talk about it." That was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So that just tells you how long it takes a company like that to get the product. Now remember, it's like JBL. When you're looking at JBL, you're looking at Samsung. When you're looking at Electro Voice, you're looking at my God, they make
Bosch.
windows. Bosch. You're
Yeah.
looking at Bosch. So you're either buying a spark plug or you're buying a speaker. And if you don't like it, buy their windshield wipers. They're pretty good. So they're probably the most expensive stuff out there too. But yeah, they're a company that, like I said, I don't know. I mean, and I'm not bad mouth. I think the quality of the products are excellent.
Me
The
too.
problem is, I think if you're using it in a live band setup, if you're selling it to people in my age group, a little bit more than your age group, where you get to a point where you're retired, but you have money and you're in a band and you don't want to carry big shit around, but you want to make a lot of noise because you play at the Legion halls, you play at the vets, you do all kinds of stuff. So you're out there. There's lots of bands that are in their 50s and 60s and they like to play and they got to bring their own gear. They use the
Yeah.
Shop Meister all the time and they love line arrays because for the same reason everybody else likes it, they just have to roll it in, stack it up, and you know what? They're never going to hit the limiter because they're going to play it at 75 to 95 dB, never anything more. I mean, if a speaker's crawling and jumping in a room, like when Nick had it and he said it was tracking to the left and right, and he had to constantly straighten it out, you're pushing the speaker beyond what the manufactured recommendations are because your speakers shouldn't be taking a walk. Because trust me, that's one thing they would have figured out is if the speaker was taking a walk, they would have weighted it down. Like I know you had a problem with your speaker taking a walk.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, and they were supposedly Exoton is sending me new feet for both of my black and my white speakers. So it should
Yeah.
be. But they said it was coming from China, so it was going to be like a few weeks or something because they're, they did they're sending it to me for free, so they did the cheapest shipping
Yeah.
and
Well,
yeah,
that's
it's
good.
coming from China. So yeah.
They're giving you something a little bit more rubbery.
I'm not sure actually. I don't know like what the update is. I'll probably do maybe a short or something about it once they come in and show me just replacing them or whatever. But it's a different design, I guess.
So
But
you had a question. You sent me a question. You were going to ask me something else. That's
yeah, I
cool.
had two questions. So I used
Yeah.
my,
Go ahead.
but speaking of limiting, I noticed yesterday I did an event yesterday for I did a corporate party, and I noticed that my exotons were limiting, like they were, whenever the bass was hitting hard on like some of the rap songs and stuff, that little
Mhm.
red light was flashing, whatever. I've seen that on like almost every speaker I've ever used. Now maybe that's a me thing. Maybe that's my problem because I like to push stuff to the to the max
Yeah.
and and I just ignore it. I'm like, I don't care, like, it's just blinking. If it was like, hello, stop, I would back off. But it was just blinking every once in a while when a big note would hit, and I was like,
Yeah.
I just let it rip, dude. I don't even worry about it.
I mean, that's I would get that all the time. That's a common problem. Even when I would demo to the point that I hit the limiter. Now, what I've learned is that if you can do this on a mixer, it's harder on a controller. On a mixer, you can look at your dynamic LED lights, that they're bouncing up, right? They're running up
Yeah,
and down. You can see that you're trying to achieve a point where that limit light and the limit on your EQ before it hits red. You want to
yeah,
see them both hit red at the same time. Then you know when it's going to happen or not. The idea is that you can't stand behind your speakers and do the job, right?
yeah,
But if you have a mixer right there beside you with the LEDs going up and down, right?
mm-hmm,
You before the show you've tweaked it and you probably by that point know where after like two shows where you need to set the speaker. Like the speaker's got to be at I'm going from 0 to let's say 65-75% there, and then I can bring up my levels on my mixer to unity, and then I can bring up my main levels up, and when that shows top green, my light's off. When that shows red, my speaker limiter's hitting red at the same time. So it goes down, they're down. When they're up, they're up. All you're doing is you want to visually see that be in the green 50% more of the time than being in the red. Because if the light is on more than 50% of the time, then you're completely draining out your capacitors
right,
in the speakers. And think of that as like basically your swimming pool,
mm-hmm,
and your swimming pool is what's feeding the speaker. But what's feeding the swimming pool itself is a garden hose. So you have a fire hose to the speaker, and you have a garden hose going in the pool.
right,
The swimming pool will take up the slack of how much
okay,
water can make it out the other end to the speaker. But if you don't have enough water going in the pool, eventually the pool is going to empty out, and your speaker is going to be, it's going to, that's where you can damage your speaker. That's where
yeah,
you're going to eat up your coils a lot faster. That's when you hear distortion. When the speaker's distorting, is it doesn't have enough energy to keep the driver out. It just starts to shatter as it's coming back and forth because it's like it can't stay out, so it starts collapsing on itself. And that's where the distortion all comes from.
okay. Well, yeah. So for me, I'm like, if I blow one, so what? I'll buy some more. Like, I'll buy some more speakers. That's
Yeah.
why that's why it doesn't bother me. But I can understand a lot of guys out there. They get nervous, and they get scared or whatever because they don't want to blow a speaker. But I mean, like I said, man, even like as I'm talking to you right now, I'm watching my levels on my Elgato mic, and every once in
Yeah.
a while it'll peak in the red. If
Yeah.
and I'm like, whatever.
But
It sounds fine on the stream.
no,
So
no, no,
yeah,
it does. It's easier when you're doing a live where you're not playing out to a speaker,
true.
right? That's the
Yeah.
important part. Like here, I need to make sure like I look down and I'm talking to you and I'm going anywhere between pretty soft to pretty high depending on anything. And yes, on streams if I hey Robin here, all of a sudden that Robin part, I'm very confident saying my name. I know my name and
Yeah.
it's loud. So I mean that's what you have to watch out. But when you're in a live environment, those reds, because you're trying to get more out of your system, that's where you're going to push it. I always tell people try and bring your speaker up about 65, 75%. I would prefer, you know, and it's easier if you practice with a mixer. And even if, I know you don't like to have a mixer in the mix, but if you have a mixer, you can run your speakers at 75%. So you're giving it enough electricity. You're giving it enough power to do the job.
Yeah.
The preamp is going to decide how loud and how low it goes. But you want to basically take your mean level of your mixer, bring that to unity, because that would be the loudest you can go, and then take the worst music you've got for bass, because that's what's going to drain the capacitors, play that, and then turn up the level for your controller
Mm-hmm.
up, so this way you hit that limit. And then I don't care what happens the rest of the night, you should never be having more power than that go into it. So if you want to eliminate the mixer and go straight to the controller,
Yeah.
you've got your master volume output, right?
Right.
So again, take your controller, slide your channel level all the way up to as loud as you put your speaker at 65, 75%, turn the master volume. So play that music on the worst possible part, then start turning up the master volume till the point that you hit the limiter, and then basically just tweak off of it. And I
Yeah.
don't care if it's not loud enough, that's as loud as you're going to get it. So now it's for you as the DJ, and this is the problem where a band wouldn't do this, but a DJ would. Is
Right.
that you have bass and treble, you can cross over, you can peel the bass out of the song, then you can bring the bass back in the song. So you can bring the volume up louder without the bass, and then guess what? When you bring that bass in, it's going to need all the fucking power you got
Yeah.
to drop that bass, right? So it's hard. I mean, you got to follow the same DJ rule I guess everybody follows, and that's a 3-song step. You know, you
Mm-hmm.
start low, you work your way up. People think you've peaked, and then then you come back down again, and then back down, and then work your way back up again, and people feel like you've done that big thing. So, but outside of that, put a subwoofer on wheels and take it with you.
Yeah, so HJ brought up a good question in the comments. HJ, put your real name in the comments, bro. I don't know. I'm always calling you HJESR, but I don't know what your name is. He said I do the same. I push my QSCs to the point I smell them, and so that's a very that's a very valid thing I wanted to bring up as well. I texted Robin earlier today. I was not aware. Now I know this sounds stupid. It sounds amateur, but I was not aware that there was a quote unquote break-in period for speakers. And so I noticed it was either the first or the second wedding I took my black exotons to. I was playing, and the guy I brought with me to that event, he owned a pair of 1503s. His name is DJ Kobe. He's the one who actually let me borrow the speakers to begin with so I could test them. And I told him, I said, man, I was like, you smell that? And I thought the speakers were like burning up or overheating, I thought they were going to like quit, and I was like, damn, I could smell like electrical, like
Yeah,
it's
you
like,
want to do that at home, but that's not.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I didn't know. And he's like, dude, that's just the speakers. Like, he's like, cause by that time I'd only played with them maybe 3-4 hours. And so total, cause I mean, I got them out at my house. I played them with them for like 30 minutes and that was it. And then I took them to a wedding. So,
Well,
so
see, this is the difference between. So this is another one of those reasons. I mentioned this in the other video, and when you go, oh yeah. See, Electro-Voice, just like JBL and Bose, they'll take their shit and they'll put them into a room and they'll burn them in.
before
Right?
they ship them to customers.
Before they even, yes, because they want to make
Okay.
sure that they don't short circuit, the capacitor doesn't blow up. Because if a
Okay.
capacitor has like a drop of a drop, like a tiny fraction of moisture in it, that capacitor will just pop, right? Not today, not tomorrow, but if you run it at 100% for 24 hours, poof,
Yeah.
these things start exploding inside there. But they also put them through like a triple bath wash, right? So when they manufacture it and they put, they run it through and pick up all the solder and all that on all the components, and they get it all. There's lots of shit on there, all the stuff they use to make it, and then what happens is once it's done, it's cooked, it's all been baked in the oven because it literally gets baked in an oven. Then they put it through 3-4 washes to take off all the extra wax that was added there during the manufacturing process to solder it all together. All the flux, and it's always flux. You're smelling a lot of flux
Okay.
from the solder. They're washing all that off. They're basically washing off any oil residuals from any of the wires from all the circuitry, all the
Yeah.
boards, and then they cook it and then they set it up. This machine, they plug it in as if it's hooked up to speakers, and it goes on a big giant rack, and then they run it for like 24 hours. JBL says they run some of their amps for like 2 weeks,
Wow.
constant, to make sure that they're like, and then they test them afterwards. And the idea is to make sure that it's as good 2 weeks later as it was the day they got it, and then they know the amps are fine. Everything is done right. It's perfect. It'll go to the client. Client will be able to run them for years, no problem, no fault.
Yeah.
But that costs money, and that adds up. Now,
Yeah. So
the
I'm sure
Exoton,
Exoton didn't do
no, no.
that. Yeah.
Most manufacturers that me and you would buy on a regular basis are not going to do that,
Yeah.
unless you're like massively huge, like Harbinger, because they're like a big brand, and companies want their contract, right? They want their business because it's not like a
Mm.
one-off product. They basically know that they're going to build like 10,000, 20,000 units for them, so they want to make sure they do all this shit. So, and that's why. But if you burn it in, you're not burning it in for safety reasons. You're burning it in just to not smell weird.
Okay, yes, because I got the white ones here recently, and I literally put the covers on them, put them in my trailer. I never even turned them on, so I'm like, and like that, they're gonna be my wedding speakers. So like the next wedding, I was gonna drive them and hook them up, like I would.
Yeah.
So maybe I need to bring them back home and run them for a little bit. I don't know, but
Well, see,
because
with summertime, I just say leave the garage door open or somewhere in the back in the shade. Just leave them in the shade, and then just let them. But that's all you're really trying to do is you're. But remember, I don't know if they'd even know it was coming from you.
yeah, I mean, I was the
You
only
were
one who
standing
noticed
next to the
it.
speaker, you're going,
Yeah,
"Holy shit, that's burning
yeah.
electronics there."
Yeah,
But
and it
yeah,
wasn't that bad. It was just a slight, and I was just telling him like, man, what is that? And I just got scared because I was like, oh man, I hope these Chinese speakers don't burn up on me. But they
I
played
think
great.
if you put them in your garage and you just plug them in, turn them on, turn up the amp, and don't run anything through them
Yeah.
for like an hour or two, let them warm up and get nice and hot on their own.
Hmm.
Then what you do is you just Bluetooth to it, play some music, that some godly volume,
Yeah.
and let that play for like 5-10 minutes, and but that's it. I mean, I wouldn't. Here our biggest problem is I always tell people if you're buying the speakers and you're going to leave them in your car, go to work, then go to a gig. Don't do that,
Yeah.
because here a lot of DJs just like yourself, right, have a day job,
Right.
and then they would put the stuff in their vehicle and go from their day job to their night job, and these speakers have been in the car, and it's like -20, so it's like I don't know what -15, -20 Fahrenheit, right? Like it's stupid cold.
Yeah.
Like things are freezing on the inside and the outside. You're waiting for everything to thaw out on your car. Well, your speakers in the back doing the same thing. They're basically everything's so cold in it that if you treat them like NASCAR, because that's what everybody DJ does. Every DJ is like, I buy a speaker, I do nothing with it 5 days out of the week. It sits there off in the corner of my room. Then I bring it out and I just slam it to the
Yeah.
floor.
Yeah.
Drive it
Full blast.
full
Yeah.
blast for 4 hours, and then you unplug it and put it back in the car, and there you go. And it's like, man, those speakers really get a job. Those speakers really get a job. But yeah,
Yeah.
so I mean, the only thing you ever have to worry about is if it was really cold at night and you put them in a trailer and you left that trailer get super cold, and then you were taking them out of the trailer, bringing them onto a site, and then the humidity level is high, right?
Yeah.
Inside the place you're going into, and then you're worried about condensation on the inside, which basically means don't put the cover back on, bring them home, leave the cover off, that sort of thing. But
Yeah.
anyways, but yeah, and you want to know about buzzing or humming?
So that was the two things I noticed yesterday at my gig. So yesterday I noticed the red light blinking, and I was like, yeah, I'm not worried about that. And them things, man, they sounded good, man. I love these Exotons. Even at low volumes, I was in a big hotel room, a big, hotel conference room, carpeted floors, which there's like a DJ's worst enemy, but like, man, that they sounded so good, dude. Like I kept walking to the back of the room and the bass is just so nice. Those 15-inch subs like sound so well. And anyways, but the other thing, yeah, I noticed was when I wasn't playing music, like when would take the music all the way down, and we were like it was a Christmas party, so they had me announce like all these winners for like all these gifts that were given away and stuff. Well, when my music was all the way down, I could hear. This was the first time that this has happened. I think it was Dirty Power at this hotel, conference room because. there was a like a literal loud like he like in my speakers, you know. It wasn't like where people were like, "What is that?" But it was like I noticed it, and
Yeah.
if people were right by my speakers, they would notice, they would hear it. But like you couldn't hear it when the music was playing or if I was talking or whatever. But it was
Yeah.
just annoying to me, and I was like, "Well, how could I fix this?" Because like I tried turning the gain down on my speaker, it didn't make a difference. I tried
No.
turning the gain
No.
down on my controller, didn't make a difference.
No. No.
So
No. And you're right. I mean, it's. I had the same problem in my store. If you watch any videos from when I had my store, I usually took videos when I was testing speakers down. Basically, one of the sides of the store. Store had basically two aisles in it. Like one
mhm,
side had the commercial speakers, one side. So whenever I did a sound test, I put the speaker at the end of the hallway, and I do a sound test this end. Well, on the outside wall had different power than the inside wall, like the island.
yeah,
Because I had two breaker panels because I had like 400 amp service in there, two 200 amp panels,
yeah,
and if I took a speaker and plugged it into the wall, and I took the other speaker and plugged it into the island because they were on the left and right side, I just wanted the cords apart, and didn't matter what side I plugged the mixer on, I would get a hum and a buzz. And then due to some other problems, I ended up having an electrician, a commercial electrician from the city, come in because we had a flood problem and they had to come inspect everything.
yeah.
So they shut the whole building down except for us because they said, we're electronics. So they brought this big generator truck, came in, dropped the generator in the back of our building so we can have power and stay open. But the city had to okay that. They had to pull the main power lines out. But he came in there and he looked and he said, "What the fuck is that?" This is the guy from the city who's saying, "What's that?"
Yeah.
And it's like, that none of that's grounded properly. So, and yeah, so, and he said the problem is you're also at the end. I was unit 10 of 10, and the hydro power room was way in unit 1. So he's like, your problem, all that buzzing sound is you're far away from the breaker panel,
Okay.
and the ground in the building is shit because they always tie to the roof of the building, like to the ceiling.
Yeah.
They use the actual corrugate metal as a common ground through the whole building, like your car. And the problem is the further away they get from the panel room, the worse the ground gets. And eventually what you end up with is like, think of a hydro line, that humming sound you hear when you're near the big power lines.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's what you're hearing. You're hearing that's exactly what you're hearing is a 60 or 50 hertz buzzing sound. And if you hear that where you are, you can fix it, but it's like a $300 fix job.
Yeah.
But it
So
doesn't go up with the volume, though. It doesn't go up with the volume. It's there.
yeah.
Doesn't matter what volume you're at, you're hearing that. But if your speakers go up, they go above it right away.
So KRE64 in the chat says definitely sounds like dirty power or a poor ground in the building. I use a power conditioner and I haven't had that issue since I started using it. So what do you mean by power conditioner? Like because I mean, if it's $300, I'll buy one if I can
Well,
prevent that from ever happening again. But I just don't know what to buy. Like I
well,
have
you
a
just
big like a thing I plug all my power into that comes from the wall,
yeah.
and it's but it's not like I don't think it conditions the power, whatever. It
No,
has
it's
like
a power suppressor. It's a surge. If you're lucky, you've got surge
surge.
protection,
Yeah, it has
which
that.
protects your equipment from the building's power overloading, and then at the same time, it's power protection for the building from you pulling too much through the plug. But
Okay.
no, if you go on Guitar Center and you type in power conditioner, they sell two types. They sell individual plug ones,
Mm-hmm.
which were made by, I think it was JBL made one for their subwoofers, right? So you can plug a sub in and power condition because a sub would have the same problem. And they also sell it as a strap that, like a U channel strap
Yeah.
that would fit into a rack mount.
Yeah, I know
They're
everybody
not
talks about the
cheap.
Furman conditioners or whatever.
Furman's the big brand. They're the big
Yeah.
brand. It's like
Okay.
it's like Minuteman. These are companies that everybody trusts. Like I did big projects, and we always used to use Minuteman power supplies and backup power supplies. So it's all commercial kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
usually it's not something you're going to pick up at a Best Buy, do they? But they do. They did sell it here for the longest time at Best Buy.
Can you bring up your like web pages and stuff where we could look at them?
Yeah, I can. Yeah,
Awesome.
let's. Yes.
I
Let's do
clicked on
that.
your link and I'm going through. I typed in. Furman
So let's
power
go here.
conditioner. Shoot, man,
Let's
they're
go
not that
here.
bad. There's one for $165, one for $85.
So there you go. That's you can tell what I was shopping for there. Look at that. That's a JBL. All right, let's yeah. Go to both Amazon here.
Some weird.
Power.
We have two streams going, but it's fine.
What's that? We have two streams going?
Yeah, we have two streams. There's two.
Separate streams.
Yeah, there's the original one. It says that 6 people are watching, and there's a second one that has another 5 people. That's the one I've been reading the chat.
My gosh.
But
we're just chat boxing everywhere.
It's all good.
I'm gonna have to do it on my phone just to not have it on the same thing.
So HJESR is Roger Jackson. All right, Roger, I'm gonna remember that.
Roger, there
Yeah.
we go.
And his last name's Jackson. That's my son's name, so I won't forget that one. All right.
Advanced audio power filter and AC power. You know, I hope my wife doesn't hear me saying this because she gets pissed off when she hears anybody say this. Yeah, like see here, you got one for like 79. Surge protection, that's not going to do it.
Yeah, that's not good.
It needs to be filtered, and usually like this one here, right? The ones that usually have all the works on it, right?
So that takes the power coming in from the building and then re-grounds it like in there, so that gets rid of that hum.
Yeah, it basically puts. I get this mixed up sometimes. It takes the neutral wire and the ground and it reconnects the two, so this way you don't end up with having to have that issue of a really noisy ground, which people call it dirty ground, dirty power, that sort of stuff. They give it all kinds of names, but it says right in the description, it eliminates noise.
Okay,
the line conditioner. They're using all the big fancy words here. So so if you get this, like I said, they tend not to be smaller because there is a lot more of electronics going on inside there.
Yeah.
Because they don't just, now this is the tricky part. They have to do all that, but they still have to protect you, the building, and they can't trip a GFI or an arc protection. So this is all tricky stuff. So they tend not to be small because they do a very important job. The ones that like are really good at it. That's why they're usually like on a rack setup.
Yeah.
But like this one here is weird as shit. Like you know what? Why did they do that? I hate it when they put the fucking two things together on the same plug. But yeah, you can, as long as you're plugged into the right thing.
Right.
Your regular plugs will fit in here, by the way, because they set that up. So I mean, my problem wouldn't be here. My problem would be going to Europe with this thing. But here, I couldn't really give a shit. But again, don't tell my wife. If it doesn't work, just send it back.
Yeah.
Say that because it's like she hates repacks. Like,
well, I'm certainly.
It's a company, and she's right. It's like a repack a return is basically like throw it in the garbage and the company lose their money. But if it doesn't do what it says it's going to do, well, it's not my fault. So
KRE64, which he says his is rack mounted. Which model do you have? Put it in the comments, and I will look it up and check it out because I'm definitely going to be buying one of these tomorrow.
Well, me personally, I mean, like I said, I don't have one personally. I've lived with the issue, and I don't need to worry too much about it. If I had the issue so bad in the temporary place I had, and the transformer in the place was stale. It was old shitty transformer that was like 25, 30 years old, and there was nothing you were going to do. The place hummed. Like you stood in the room, you went, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
And it's like the whole room was humming. So that's how bad the transformers were in those places. So here we have it slightly different than you guys do. I don't know. When you go to big box stores, maybe at your work you would know. Do you have big transformers in the warehouses?
No, they're outside, like, on the power lines.
On the power lines. That's what you have at home. That's big.
That's what we have at our businesses too.
And at your business, you don't have those kind of things in a square, like you see them in gray boxes. You don't have those inside the building.
Well, we have like a big breaker boxes, but like not like transformers.
Those big giant square boxes in there. Those big giant, like they're like 3 feet by 3 feet, 2 feet by 2 feet.
Yeah.
Strapped to the wall or sitting on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, same thing as here. So they don't bother putting transformers. They put the cost of that here onto the business, right? So if you own a business,
Mm-hmm.
you're responsible for the $3,000 transformer in your building. So and this way the city doesn't have to buy one and put it on the pole. But yeah, no, for power conditioners, no, I would say if you I'll I I would definitely something like this. Again, it's not hard because they're not cheap. You're going to be about 150 bucks. I said 300 because I'm always thinking Canadian dollars, and no, it's
Oh yeah,
you know,
yeah.
so it's like it's probably 229 in Canada or something like that. But you want to see the words that eliminates the noise. It should be big. It shouldn't be small. It's not going to be $29. It's not going to be $30.
Yeah.
It's definitely, unfortunately, going to be over $100 to, in this case, $150. And it either works, or doesn't
Man.
power,
Yeah.
and plug it in there. So I usually say don't buy it until you go to a place that you've gone to before. You know, so it's unless you're buying like that the name brand, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't trust anything that I couldn't for sure test with making it make noise.
Furman M81X or IX. That's okay. I was gonna say that's the one I was literally just looked at, but it's the M8DX. I'm sure they're all the same, but
So like Pile makes one here, and it's not protect. That's just power strap bar. That's nothing. I do sell those very common stuff.
there's an M8LX.
But you see it over and over again. When you see the ones that are actually worth buying, they're always up there in the price tag, right?
Yeah, I'm looking.
Like see that's filtered. See that? That's
Yeah.
perfect example.
I'm looking
Direct.
at the ones that go into a rack because I'll put one in my big DJ booth, and then I'll
Oh
probably have
yeah,
another one that I can carry around with me.
yeah,
This
yeah.
one's $138. I mean, that's not too bad.
But yeah, so like I said, you want to see something like, see, this is very obvious that these are filtered and these are unfiltered because filtering it is not a cheap process. So for you to have a bar that has more, right? So this one has 10, 6 of them are filtered, 4 of them are unfiltered. So, but yeah, I mean, that's how you get rid of the noise problem. It's not equipment related because your equipment didn't change. It was the room that changed. And that's how it happens. There's a
Yeah,
lot of
this
different scenarios that cause the problem, but when it's there, it's there.
this says it has an RFI EMI interference filter, works to prevent noise from fluorescent lights, certain dimmers, radio transmitters, and similar sources of electronic pollution from contaminating the AC line and from there leaking into sensitive audio, video, and computer circuits.
Yep.
All right,
That's what you're looking for.
there
That's
we
what you're
go.
looking for.
Awesome.
I'm pulling
Well,
up.
thank you.
I'm,
Thank you guys for educating me.
you know what? You don't think of it until it happens.
Right?
That's what,
Exactly. Yeah.
no, for sure, for sure. I'm just,
And it's funny because I was at a different hotel and that wedding that I talked to you about that I did that where I had tons of speakers. I had like the
yeah,
15s and the 18s, and then I had satellites. My 15 tops were doing that same thing at that place. And I thought that my speakers, were damaged or whatever because I thought I had blown them because I cranked them as loud as they would go because the guy kept telling me louder, louder, louder. And no, it was the shitty power coming out of the
what
thing.
speakers did you have there?
I had my ELX 200 15P tops. I
There you
had
go.
18 SP subs underneath those. Then on the sides of the room, I had Polar 10 column arrays. So and I had 2 of those, and they still said it wasn't loud enough. And I was like, I was like Scotty. I was like, I'm giving you all I've got, Captain. Because I pushed it, until they were distorting. And the guy was like, he's like, something's wrong with your speakers, something. I was like, look, man, I think you're deaf. I was like, I don't know what the deal is. Because it was freaking loud in there. I was like Scotty. I was like, I'm giving you all. So it was wild, but I thought I blew my speakers.
I'm trying to follow. You said we
So
got 2 chat rooms going on?
yeah, it seems like the most people are in the one that's not the original.
Oh, okay. You're
So
bringing me up.
Cree64 says if Robin can't see the chat, ask him if he's heard the new Alto columns. I think he got the Alto
Oh yes, I'm looking at it. I'm
TS
looking at it right
TS
now.
108.
It's I haven't, and you know what, I've seen what everybody else is talking about. I've seen it like crazy time, and everybody's everybody's talking about it, and I don't think it'd be bad because they went out of their way to wait a long time to come out with it.
Yeah,
It's funny. It looks the same as all the no-name, knockoff, generic kind of looking stuff.
yeah,
I hate to say it because I got a Gemini here that looks just like it. I've seen Avante, which was American DJ, has a speaker line, and
yeah,
they called it Avante, and that's what it was. And it looks like they did pretty similar to the same thing. Like they didn't pay the manufacturer to really cut out a new box. They were way behind in getting that done and getting that done right. Like they were like, I'm going to say for them, 3 years behind. Like that should have, when they had the TS3 series, that's when they should have came out with their line arrays.
yeah,
I think they're going to sign just fine. I looked at the price and I went, price was pretty impressive. If you're just looking for a good, solid brand name product, and
yeah.
it's, you're going to buy without hearing it, there's nothing wrong with an Alto product. I always said that. My problem is not Alto with the product itself. My problem with Alto is their participation with the industry. It's not. It's hit and miss, especially with the Alto line. They don't seem to be too open when it comes to that. At the same time, though, they're not hurting to sell their product. But would I run out and buy it though right now at that price? What was it? Let's take a look. See. I'm gonna check it.
Cree64 says his name is Ken Ryan. All right, Ken.
And
Welcome.
there we go.
Welcome,
See,
Ken.
that's how we rock here. We
Yeah.
rock with names. I'm gonna need a spreadsheet though. But
I know, right?
so, we don't think about that until we actually get into a chat line. We go,
Yeah, so Ken, as far as budget speakers go, I guess you could kind of put Alto in the budget speaker line. My favorite is Exoton, and if you go to my channel, you'll see all the reviews I've done on the Exoton speakers. I've never heard an Alto speaker personally, and I know Robin talks real good about them, so I wouldn't be opposed, to trying them out. But it's just I have so many speakers in the budget line already. It's like unless they send them to me for review, I'm not gonna purchase them. So that's the only thing.
no. And you know what? It's one of those things. It's like now I'm just going to the music stores now. I'm just listening to stuff, and I'm just making sure that I'm hearing what
Yeah.
what people are doing and what people are making, and like I go into the store and they know who I am, and it's like I don't bother anybody if it's busy. Fuck it, right?
Yeah.
If it's not busy and somebody wants to talk to me, that's great, But that's, you know, people know why I'm there, right? So it's like that's the important part. And it's funny, I won't say the name because until they sponsor me, I'm not going to say that. They're a Canadian company. So
Yeah.
let's see. Let's go to Alto. Alto. Let's go look at what Alto. And like I said, it's just the price. I'm trying to remember the price. Alto. What are they called? Something. They're called
TS 108 is the one he has.
TS. Yeah, there's TS 108 and there's TS.
112.
Yeah, there's a one. There's a 112.
I would think with a 108 with only an 8-inch subwoofer, to me,
No,
that's
you're
just
buying
not.
it for a specific reason. You're
Yeah,
buying
it's
an
not
8-inch.
powerful enough.
No, you're not buying it to DJ with, and you're buying it because you're gonna go busking. You're buying it because you're gonna use it, and oh, look, get a $5 coupon. You're buying it for doing it in smaller gigs, smaller setups. You're gonna play in a bar or pub or in the Starbucks or something like that. You're going to a cafe.
Yeah, that's what he is. He said he's a musician. He's a singer who doesn't play the music super loud, and it has
Yeah.
helped him immensely.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it's like I said, it's very, very generic.
Yeah.
But again, it's $4.99
Yeah, that's a great
for a
price.
super light, reliable, quality product.
Yeah.
I was actually a super fan, but I bet you they charge more for it now. Gemini had one that was just phenomenal. I used to sell it back in the day when it was like $4.99 here. This guy's always working, by the way. Need help? Ask this guy down here. Man, he's always there. But and they had an exclusive one at Guitar Center. So let's see.
Cree, my man. He says, I'm a gearhead. I'm a duo with my girlfriend, and I have enough gear to do 2 full bands at the same time. My man, so do I, dude. I have enough gear to do about four different DJ setups at the same time. So you fit right in here with us, the Gear Guys podcast. You fit right in. Robin's got a whole warehouse full of gear. I have a garage, a storage unit, my house, living room, my kitchen, has speakers everywhere. So you are definitely in the right place, my man. And for $499, that TS-108, me personally, like I said, I haven't heard any altos, so I would have went with the Harbinger MLS 1000 because yeah, it's the same price and it's a 10-inch woofer. And I'm telling you, the 10-inch woofer in that Harbinger, I've said it in my videos over and over again, it sounds as good as a 12. Now it doesn't get as loud as some of the 12s, but that I don't know what they did to that 10-inch sub, but when you crank them things up, when I'm DJing a house party and stuff like that, I was literally, the last house party I did, I had 2 of those MLS 1000s, and there was a wall behind me full of picture frames and all that. The stuff was falling off the thing and hitting me in the back all night long because the bass on those things was banging, dude. I love them little speakers, man. I love them. For $499, they're a hell of a buy.
I'm looking at all these other speakers that I've talked about and dealt with, and yeah, I'm looking at. I'm going. You know what? They're all more expensive, or smaller than, and this is it. Like right here, this is the Gemini. I used to sell this at $499 Canadian. And this thing I used to sell like every month I'd order in, I don't know, 10 of them, and it was great business. They were probably supposed to sell more than that, but I'm not going to say discounting them, but yeah, I was discounting. The margin spread was pretty high, and I was like, I don't need some. I prefer to sell 10 of them for half the profit than sell 2 of them at full price. You know? So it's like, I'll just buy more of them. And yeah, so that was a big thing.
So he says, I'm a singer that does oldies and doo-woo, etc. Probably doo-wop. Maybe that's what he means.
Yeah.
And then we have a new person in the chat, YouTube user. Okay, that's pretty generic name.
He's been here before.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, he's been on mine before. He's been on my channel before. Yes, for sure. I know what you're talking about. So yeah. But yeah, you know what? I'm looking at everything and I'm going, and I hate to I hate to, keep hammering the same thing, but where you say Exaton, I'm going to say Harbinger in this case. And it basically, we've proved it. You said the same thing, $499. I mean, this guy's, $599. It's an 8-inch, right? So, and then you've got the Alto and the Harbinger, you get the 10-inch and you get the price, you get the $499.
Oh, so the TS-108 is a 10-inch?
No, TS-108 would be an 8-inch.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Yeah, trust me. If it was a 10-inch, it would. 8-inches are very popular in line arrays. Originally 8s and 12s.
Yeah,
12 was like a big deal, right? Like, ooh, you got a 12.
Right.
And then the 10-inch really stuck in. No, these are definitely. This is 8. And then you've got the I think they even tell us right here that they don't hide it. It's nothing. 100-degree 8-inch subwoofer. There we go, right there, 8-inch sub.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I definitely, the amount of dBs you get out of the MLS. If you've already bought this, don't worry, it's not going to break down. And if you're happy with it, and it's filling in your needs, you're good. Don't do anything about it. You're a happy guy. That's what counts. But if you're looking for one for the exact same price, you can definitely get yourself, and it's not going to weigh that much more. It's probably going to weigh 10 pounds more. It's nothing. And it comes with a nice carry bag. The shoulder bag's nice to carry the tops. Did it come with a slip cover for the sub? I don't remember. I had 2 of them, but I put all the bags away when I get these things.
Which one? The
MLS. What did it come
MLS?
with?
Yeah, it comes with everything. It comes with everything.
Does it have a slip cover for the
Yeah.
driver? Oh, well, there you
Yep.
go. Look at that, eh? So you gotta love that shit. I mean, they include
Yeah, I
that
know.
stuff.
I
I
know.
mean, that's one of those things. And again, JBL and everybody else and Alto same way. They just it's like here. I know as a retailer, it's a big money machine, right?
Yeah.
It's how I pay the bills. But man, they always like, oh, here you sell the bags, you're gonna make a ton of money, you're gonna double your income on the bag, blah 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 blah. You know what the bag was? The bag was a close because I always had bags and I'm always worried. Oh my gosh, I bought 3 bags and like I've sold 8 speakers, nobody bought the bags. And it's like eventually it's like somebody asks for you for a deal and there's nothing you can do but give them a bit of a deal because
Yeah.
you're at the door, the exit door going, dude, what can I do for you today to make you buy those speakers? Because you really want to buy them and I know you're asking for a better price, but I can't do that. What can we do? And it's like, well, I really want, how about the bags?
Yeah.
How about the bags? If I throw in the bags, would you take that speaker today? Yeah. Okay, come on in. Let's go. Bring you to the cash right now. Come on, 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 come on. Don't wait. Yes, if I sound like a salesman, it's I spent 35 years being a salesman. So it's like, and trust me, if a salesman follows you to the door, stop and listen. Shut up. He's going to offer you a deal that you can't refuse.
All right, my
So,
kids are going to bed. Hey.
oh, there.
Good
Hey,
night.
let's give
Okay.
James time. All right, everybody, say goodnight. Say goodnight to James' kids.
She said what?
She said that she had her address and she could send a letter to her.
Okay, cool. Sweet dreams.
Thank you.
Love you too.
Oh, we love you too, there, James. Oh my gosh. You-
So, what was his name? Roger Jackson. He asked me earlier too to ask you what is your take on the Alto TMD 16 mixer? If you want to look that one
Yes.
up,
Yeah.
it's a
Didn't-
digital mixer, I believe.
Yes,
That's
yes. Yeah. I was looking at that. I was again. It was one of those I was pissed off things.
I was
TMD.
I want to I was thinking about maybe in this year too in 2026 upgrading to a digital mixer, but I don't know, it just seems like it has a lot of shit on it that I would never use. That's
don't
the
need
only
it.
thing.
When I see a DJ with a digital mixer that's not setting up for bands on a regular basis, you're just basically showing off. You're like, oh, look at what I
Right.
got. It's like
I
I've
know.
got $5,000 controller and a $1,500 mixer, but this guy here at the price $699.
Yeah.
Shit, it is
Pretty
It is
badass, right?
smoking. It is smoking for what you get. Yamaha is like $1,200.
Yeah.
Some of the companies close
Even
to
that
this.
old ass QSC is 10 years old. That one's like $1,200.
Yeah. These guys are basically they're crushing it. They're crushing it because they've got. Remember, it says Alto on it, but this gets to get in the mix with Denon and Newmark, right?
Yeah.
Like they're the guys who actually made this shit happen. That's this is product that belongs to Denon, to basically Newmark and Alesis. They're the ones who actually put the energy, time, and money into building this shit, and Alto gets to like put it out there. And I'm always excited when I see stuff like this because for
Yeah.
$699, 16 channels, it's the
I
back
know.
that's gonna blow you away.
Yeah,
you
all the
know?
outputs. It's crazy.
And it's yes. So with this, the whole world about a digital. I always tell people you always want to start with an analog mixer because then you'll understand. It's like learning how to drive a car. Then you can go on a PlayStation, do whatever the hell you want, but you'll know the difference between the real world and the not real world. But if you learn how a mixer mechanically works with all the knobs, then you can vision it when you're using this. Because the problem is that there's no knobs in front of you. So if you're not getting sound, you're not just going to glance over at a mixing board and go, there it is. That's the
Yeah.
problem. You have to know where to look for that dial, for that knob, for that button to know if it's on or off, right? Because you've got so many ways for it to not work.
Right.
There's so many ways for if the PFL is on, it's not going to work. If the mute's on, it's not going to work. If the gain's not set up right, it's not going to work. If you
Yeah.
didn't activate the line, it's not going to work. Like there's so many ways. But the fact that you have a million ways to send your sound out and everything's addressable. So it's not like you have two mains and six or eight aux outputs. No, you have everything is an output, and everything can be whatever you want. If you want to label it as two mains, left and right. If you want to have the other two be your sub outputs for your subwoofers, and you want to have one to be your monitor next to the side of you, you can do all of those things.
Yeah, I
There's
know.
no
That's what I
limit.
love. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can do individual volumes for everything.
And remember, when you have this, you don't send the audio. You go into your Serato, like you use Serato, right?
Yeah.
So you go into your gear wheel, and then you choose your audio output option. Now, normally you're using your controller as your audio out, right?
Yeah.
Here you would actually choose the mixer as your audio out. That's your master output.
Yeah.
So your controller basically ends up being a very fancy keyboard with all the functionality on it, but when it comes to the output that's going to go, so you're going to use everything there. The only thing that's changed is your master output is going to tell the mixer what to do going up and down. That's it. So everything then runs, so you only have one set of XLRs. You're not XLRing out of your controller into your mixer, from your mixer to your speakers.
Yeah.
But that's just a great way. I mean, if you're looking to have a great toy that is going to do a ton of work, for sure. And these things are getting very popular and common. Look at this, the other half of the family.
That's my Jackson.
There you go. So now the only thing that freaks me out a little bit here is that there's no sliders on it. It's all cap active.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I remember looking at that before. I'm going, what the fuck did they do that for? You know, like they're treating it like it's a control. You know what? Like it's a Star Trek now. It's like fingers are gonna go up and down on this.
Well,
thing,
Roger
you know?
said he got it from KPO DJ for $600, so they gave him $100 off. So that's a great price.
Go. There you go. So does he like it? Does he like it? What's the cap active like?
Yeah.
How's the sensitive touch to move everything up and down?
I
Like
think he
said,
just got it because I saw on his YouTube channel he just posted a video on it like a day or two ago. So
Oh yeah. Well,
he
there
probably
you
hasn't
go.
got to play with it too much.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said, it's pretty cool. And
Yeah.
It's got all the functionality. And the craziest part about it is the price.
Yeah, so come back to us on our next podcast and let us know how does it work out for you.
Yeah. Go on my channel. Drop me a message saying that if you've got a video on it, let me know. Just don't drop me the link for the video because my thing doesn't let the links in. But if you have a video you want me to watch, go on one of my more recent videos. Just say, hey, Robin, here's check out my channel. I've got new videos. That's how I met James. Well, actually, James didn't say shit. James is smart. James knows what to do. James is positive commenter, and he must be subscribed to everybody and pins everybody because he's always first. He's always first, and you know what? That gets everybody's attention.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah,
So
you got to stand out if you want people to notice you.
Yeah, no. So, but yeah, that's a very nice piece of hardware. Again, if they would have sent some out, maybe people would have been
Would know about it. Yeah, I didn't even know about it.
Yeah, that's like I said, I stumbled upon that.
I was looking at a Phoenix Pro mixer because it has more outputs than my Yamaha 10 channel, and it's only I think around $200. And it has one thing I want also is for it to have Bluetooth, so I could just Bluetooth my phone to the mixer or whatever, so that if my laptop or controller were to blow up, I could play something off my phone immediately. But I have those little Bluetooth dongles. I guess I could just plug into my Yamaha mixer, but I'm just being
you got a total
lazy.
Alto Total or what's still in this. By the way, I haven't opened it yet, and I feel terrible for these guys. I've had this now for a month, and I haven't opened it yet. I was supposed to open it in my last live. So it's a Bluetooth dongle from a really nice company.
Yeah, put us back on full screen.
Oh yeah,
so we can see it better. Oh, it's still in the package, huh?
It's still in the package. It's been in the package for a month.
In the Amazon envelope. Because I got something too. I'll show you.
Yeah. You show me. Let me get a knife. You go ahead and do that.
So
grab what you got. Give me a second here. I'm going to come right back. I got to get a knife. I can't do this.
All right. So if you guys have not seen, every single YouTuber that is into anything audio has been sent one of these. and they sent me one, and they want me to do a review on it. It's the X Vive. Let me get it right there in the camera. X Vive wireless U35 XLR system thing, and I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to like do an entertaining video on this. So you guys leave in the comments if you have any ideas that I could use, because there's like at least 30 or 40 different reviews of this already on YouTube. So I'm like, how am I going to do a video on this and say anything that hasn't already been said 10 times over? And why would anybody watch my video of this when they've already seen it 20 times? You know what I mean? So
You know what you can do? Do what I did on the U3. I couldn't do it here because I'm in a studio and I didn't have the availability to do what you can do. You can do this. You can do this. You take it to your next gig, and or if you want outside your house, but take it to your next gig.
yeah.
And basically go very, very far away with the microphone. So basically leave your camera with the speaker or next to the speaker. You put your phone next to, and then go all the way as far as you can.
Yeah.
Or, take your speaker, go on the front street of your house, your battery powered Exiton,
Yeah.
plug that in, get in your car, drive away, turn around and see if it still works. So you
Yeah.
can leave your phone close to leave the phone next to the speaker, so it doesn't have to be on full volume, right? So it's like on a regular volume. Just leave your camera there next to the speaker, and then you go away with the microphone. Take the mic, go very, very far away. So, but yeah, that would have helped you out on your the gig you did where you had a speaker on the back of the room. You had speakers in the back of the room.
Well, for those, I use Ska Wireless. So Ska Wireless is undeniable. It's the
Yeah.
best of the best. So I don't play when it comes to that. So only way I would use this would be like if there's like a speaker like 10 feet away, or 20. Like the way I'm going to use this in my business, I'm going to use this for my monitor. So I have I can go wireless from my controller to my monitor. And I said that in my last review video, my Exiton monitor. That's what I'm going to use this for. But I'm not gonna trust these things for as far as like pro wireless.
They're quite good actually. If you run them on the back of a speaker, they're quite good for that. Like, I mean, I'm not going to go crazy far. You said you had a monitor on your you use a monitor on your table.
I'm gonna put
Lots of
one.
people do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna put one on the floor next to me whenever
That's
my
perfect for that.
yeah whenever my speakers are out up by the dance floor. I'm gonna put that monitor on the floor next to me. Yeah, and I'm gonna use this.
Yep.
So
I would recommend you go get yourself or make yourself a 1 foot XLR cable for it.
oh,
You don't
just
want that shit sticking out of the back. It's so
Yeah.
freaking big sticking out of the back. If you get a 1 foot XLR cable, you basically peel a piece of Velcro, like
Yeah.
two-side Velcro, stick it onto that guy, and stick it onto the speaker, and just Velcro it on the side of the speaker.
yeah. I've seen Shuffle Couple. He does that.
Yeah, they were really nice packing. God damn it! Here we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, so here, very nice package. Let's be nice about it. They were very nice about it. There we go. Yes, what was the name of the
Philly.
company? Well, like I said, I reviewed. They had a real nice one for Peel Whip mixers. It's a dual USB. It's plugged in permanent. It's a hot power, XLR Bluetooth stereo connection. It's really, really good for Peel Whip mixing board, stuff like that. And then they sent me 2 that were XLR, which I thought were really nice. Those are very popular. The same as I use the Bluetooth Total stuff all the time, right?
Yeah.
Except that for the price of one of these, you can buy 2 of theirs. And again, this is one of those things we were talking about this before, where the Chinese are getting so good at catching up to everybody else, and everybody else is spending their time doing, like you said, apps and displays and making things just fancy.
Yep.
And you're losing out. So this guy here, I knew I was getting, so I just feel bad. This guy here, it's a balanced output, which is very, very important. It's a Bluetooth connection, so that's very, very important. And so it's not like what you got. What you got is 5 gigahertz now, and it confused people because the old one was 2.4, and people were confusing that with Bluetooth. And
Yeah, this is 5.8 gigahertz.
So it suffers from the same 5G problems 5G suffers from. Line of sight, it's always best. So
Yeah.
If you're holding a microphone, you don't want to hold the actual bottom of it like that. You want to hold it like that.
Yeah.
This guy here, though, this will work even though you don't have, you know, most people have combo jacks, but the fact that it's a balanced connection is very slick. I don't know why they bothered with that. Not important for it to be balanced, by the way, but very good. So you can get two of them. You get stereo TWS, true wireless stereo sound out of it, and it pairs easy. These things, it's the exact same thing as their XLR version. So I
Yeah.
told him, I said, I'll feature it in a video. Here you go. It's being featured in a video. I'm going to send this to the supplier. So if you're looking for Bluetooth, you're looking for a reasonable price, and you don't need to buy these guys all the time. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that guy. You can absolutely buy this guy or buy two of these guys for the price of one of these, and they'll last just as long because it's the same lithium ion battery inside of it. It's going to do all the same shit, and it's going to work like 30 to 60 feet. I don't have to test because I know it works because I've already gotten like three of them before. So they say thank you for sending it. And did they pay me? Technically speaking, everybody needs to know. If somebody says I didn't get paid to do this video, that's BS because I didn't pay for this. So technically speaking, this is a sponsored video.
Yeah.
So I want to thank them for making that possible. I want to thank FedEx for getting me the package. And there we go. Product placement has been successfully done. And if you'd like to learn more about it, the link will be down below. So how are we doing there? Everybody's so good. We covered, we want to talk a bit about Harbinger. So we did talk a bit about Harbinger. So, and we talked about Exaton. Oh yes, you had a new Exaton video.
Yeah, so that was the monitor I was talking about. Where I'm going to use this. So, I just recently posted this past week a very nice budget option monitor speaker, the Exaton. I think it's called the B12. It's like a vitamin B12 shot. So that's why in my intro I made a joke. I was like, "Is this the speaker that will balance your blood work?" or But yeah, it's a good looking speaker, and it's about $300 on Amazon. If you look at comparable, like I was looking at the EV and the LD Systems monitors, and they were $900 each. So, yeah, they were, yeah.
I got a question. I
Yeah.
tried to find them today because I saw your video, so I tried to find the speaker today. I couldn't find it.
There's a link in my video, if you just go to Amazon and you type,
There's a link in your video, eh? You're trying to tell me there's.
yeah,
Wait a
you
minute,
just type,
there's a link in your video. Wait. We'll get there. Don't you worry. We'll get there. So there's a link in your video. Let's see. Let's make this happen here.
oh yeah, I just put in Exaton B12, and all I see is a bunch of vitamins.
Yeah. All right. Let's push to see if we can't get this to go. Let's go to James's channel because you know one thing they haven't figured out yet is I can have you collaborate. By the way, that's a good point. If you haven't subscribed to James's channel, because most of you, I recognize you both from James's channel. You're on my channel, but if you're not on his channel, you definitely need to subscribe because he's like the blue collar DJ. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about. So, did your channel come up? Yes, it did. Look at that. All right, let's drag this down here so I can look at it and have it on the screen at the same time. There we go. Okay.
I think I've also got it. Yeah, I've also got it in the pinned comment.
You know when James dropped his video? Right there. Look at that. 3,000 views.
Yeah, buddy. Not bad.
Look at that.
And not even been a week yet.
Yeah, but look at that. Just you can tell when the videos drop. And there you know. So how do you like doing those videos of yours? Look at that, eh?
Oh, I like doing them, man. It's a lot of fun, you know. Each video I'm getting a little better. Each one getting a little better at editing, a little better at my comedy, trying to keep it as entertaining as possible.
I look at it's you drop in all these. See, I don't do that. Where do you get all these, by the way?
Oh, man.
I'm not asking because I want that.
Yeah.
I see people do it, and I go, where did they go get all these clips? Now I know this.
Yeah, those are from
AI? That was Sora.
Yeah, those are Sora. So that's AI made videos, and then the other videos are just memes that I find on the internet, and I download them and then put them in the videos.
There you go. Yeah, it was never my cup of tea, and it's just because I always because I was doing the store stuff, I didn't take other things, right? So I was like,
Yeah.
And it's just like it never became something I did. Look,
So what's funny is the memes. The idea for that I'm a big gamer and I watch a bunch of PlayStation gamer guys, and
yeah.
they post gaming videos and they put memes in all their videos. So I thought, well, I'm gonna try that on my DJ videos. And the first one I
Oh, keep
did,
it up. I mean, keep it up.
yeah,
That's
people loved it.
yeah. No. It's a great break from the video, and it's always
Yeah,
nice. You know, it always
makes
it's
it less boring.
yeah, it gives you that extra little thing going on. So
And now I've noticed some other guys started to do that, but I'm like, it's all good, man.
well,
Yeah.
here we're gonna get here, but let's talk about old versus new. There's lots of new people on YouTube doing the stuff, be it on a commercial scale. Like I was super popular, and then all of a sudden, YouTube didn't think I was a teacher anymore, or whatever it was, and then all of a sudden during COVID, Buddy took over, and he just like fucking killed everybody. What's it? Audio University.
Who's that? I never heard of him.
Is it Audio University? I think everybody knows. Everybody's gonna say, "Oh yeah, Audio University." He's the guy who talks. He's a young guy who's going bald. He reminds me of my nephew, and he's like, it's like you're listening to. He sounds like a therapist.
Oh Lord.
So we're going to talk about how to hook up the audio equipment today, and it's very important that we do it this way. Because if you don't do it this way,
Yeah,
you're doing it wrong.
610,000 subscribers. Wow. I've never heard of
Yeah.
him. 658 videos.
Yeah, and you listen to him, and he's just like, he's so soft spoken, and he's very popular. And
No, he's a little white guy. See.
yeah, I'm assuming he's church. He's church, and there's nothing wrong. Lots of people, like a lot of people watch me. House of worship is bigger than anything else. If you're
Yeah.
helping at a church, you're watching videos on how to help and educating. But he took over anybody else who's doing educational. But then you take somebody you are familiar with. You take Bart, Bart, DJ Bart, and you look at his. First of all, the man's lost a lot of weight. You got to admit, the guy has. Have you seen his last video?
DJ Bar.
Bar.
Yeah. I know.
That he's lost a ton of weight. Like he
Yeah.
basically he's doing way better than I am on Ozempic. I'm just telling you that for a
For
fact.
real.
I mean,
Me too.
I'm slow mo on that stuff. I mean, I really need to get on the treadmill more, but
Yeah.
but you look at him, and he used to crush it. He wasn't always he was seasonal with his videos just like everybody else, and yes, he was first. And in the DJ world, I got to be honest, he put a lot of effort into his videos when other people didn't even know what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And his old stuff, and I didn't really. The only reason I found about him, because we would occasionally talk about the same product, and that's how. But I mean, I didn't get into Casey Neistat until now. Like I'm watching Casey Neistat's old stuff now, right?
Oh yeah.
So I mean, but he was doing it on the DJ level, and he was putting on some nice production pieces for video content, and he was crushing it. Everybody else was small time compared to what he was doing video wise, and we're talking 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
And he dropped off, but same thing, like I dropped off, did a lot of work for Amazon. I came back and I never recouped. I've never gotten back what I had before for quantity, for the volume of views. And same thing with him. He put out a video, and literally I watched, I'm going, man, the content is great. The views, like he wasn't even at 1,000 for the day. And this is a guy that should have had no problem. His views should have been at 5,000 for a day for his video. Anyways, but like I said, it's all about the new guys now. Now, who we talking about? Who's the new guy in the room? It's not me. So, yeah.
Well, I
no,
mean,
look at it. Look at your video. Look at that. 3,200. It's a product everybody wants to know about. By the way, feel good about the product because you're ranking number 1 on it. But more importantly, I did a search. I was doing my back end stuff, and it's like you look at your score here is all here, right?
Yeah.
So this is what I was looking at. There's all your tags. You're doing a great job on tags, by the way. If you want some educational hinting tips here on posting, you're doing a good job.
I think that's why my videos are doing well, is because I researched for a long time what to post, what to do with all that stuff.
So you've got your tags in there, your total views. You're doing really well. They say that I would do really well if I did the video too, by the way. So that's up my wheelhouse. But if I was to like just search the brand,
Yeah.
Exciton, your line array, for example, has a score of 39 out of 100, right? Meaning that it's a worthwhile product to make a video for. 100 would be perfect. 0 would be, what the fuck are you searching for? That product there, the line array from Exciton gets a score of 39. The Electro-Voice Evolve 70 or 90 gets a search rating or a ranking of only 19.
Wow. That's
So
crazy.
you're reviewing the right product. You might think that $4,000 speaker, but like you said,
Yeah.
people are more interested in watching this and seeing what this is about than seeing that. Even though that might get the bigger numbers because it's an easier searchable name.
Right.
That, anybody searches Electro-Voice, they're going to hit one of those products. But if they're not shopping for it, then it has no value to the people. People are watching it like it's like watching a Lamborghini. It's like, oh, it's pretty. But that's where that conversation ends,
Well, I think that's the thing. I think there's a lot more budget DJs out there. A lot of guys can't, they don't live in New York. They're not making the $5,000 a gig, and so they're looking for the cheaper options. Yeah,
there's only a handful of people.
Well, and that's what I mean. And all of the DJ YouTubers are all catering to that audience. They're all like, look at me, I have $25,000 worth of equipment. I'm charging $5,000 an event. Almost every DJ bar, Jason Jani, Nick Spinelli, all the big guys, they're all in that realm, where they're like showing off their $20,000, $30,000 gear. And they're saying, look at me, look at me, look at me, which, fine. It's I like watching that too. But then you also got to service my side where it's like you said, the blue collar guys, the guys that are working, on a, sort of a budget or whatever, which is funny because I don't have a budget because I have a full-time job and I DJ because I like it. And so I kind of fell into that because I started going that route, Jason Jan and all them, where I went and bought the Bose speakers. I went and bought the RCF speakers and I just happened to review that ProRec speaker and it blew up on my channel. And I'm like, this is what people want to, then I took notice. Okay. This is what people want to see, And so that's what I've been doing. But yeah, man, it is what it is. I just like doing it, period. And I like communicating with everybody in the chat and everything like that. So looks like our chat's died off. Nobody said anything in the chat for a while. So maybe we lost them with the YouTube talk.
Who knows? There you go. Yeah. No, that's cool. That's cool. But I wanted to make sure I talked about this speaker because this was your speaker here. And so
it's a good speaker, man. For a monitor, it's really good. The guy I work with, Danny, he used to use a QSC 10-inch. I think it's a 10.2. He used to use that as a monitor. And this little Exciton, man, sounds just as good as that one. And it's a coaxial design. And I show it in my video, so it means it's a woofer with like the tweeter or whatever on top of it instead of a traditional. Woofer at the bottom, tweeter on the top, or horn, whatever.
It's perfect for up close.
Yeah,
and the sound is not out of phase between the top and the bottom, because when you're up close to a speaker, and up close, by the way, is like 6 feet or less, and you're going to use it as a monitor. So no coaxial. That's just exactly the same as the what the hell is it called? ICOA. That's exactly how the ICOA is set up.
Yep, I have the ICOA 12-inch tops. I still need to review those on my channel.
And
I love them.
Yeah, those are solid.
I love them. They're heavy as hell, but I love them.
Oh yeah. Well, there's lots into it.
Yeah.
So there you go. But yeah, like I was looking for that today, and look at that. I used your link, and there it is.
Yeah, that's crazy. I went to Amazon and put Exciton B/112, and nothing. All it came up was a bunch of multivitamins.
Yeah, see, there you go.
So yeah, you guys definitely need to use my link if you want to check out this speaker, because it's not popping up in Amazon if you just type in the name.
And it's not even in their. It wasn't even in their brand store. Like when I went to the brand store.
Yeah, it's not even on their. I don't even think it's on their website.
It's like it's like I couldn't find it here either.
It's a brand new thing. I mean, I don't even think they posted it on their website yet.
They're selling a pair of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, 579. Look at that. Yeah, there was a brand I was going to show you because I'm going to try and talk them into it. I guess it's like that's the whole idea, right? Is to talk them into it. And let's see, it must be here. If I go back to my homepage, it's going to show me. Oh yeah, I'm also going to show you something else that I don't know if like I'm on Amazon all the time because I do a lot of shit for Amazon.
Yeah.
This so right here, so this speaker here, which I thought was very very cool,
Yeah.
and this solves one problem that I always bitch about line arrays. I'm always complaining about the same little things, like about the same little things on the speakers, and it's height. The height, your height is on line arrays that you buy that have nice column setups are fixed.
Yeah.
And the problem is if you have a large crowd of people, God forbid you do a high school gymnasium with all the basketball players, nobody will hear it because they're just all too tall. So this you can still line it up. Now this speaker has one stupid flaw to it, which I thought was ridiculous. So it's like this. Like what would you put your name right there for?
Yeah. Right.
Big white writing on a black metal plate. Let's put the brand name there. But this is height adjustable. I can drive this up and drive this down.
Yeah.
And this is the proper line array. The setup the reviews that are on it are all actual buying customers, and they're all quite happy about it. And they were all very, very excited, and they claim the same thing. It's like you get a lot of bass out of it, you get a lot of performance, but eventually you're going to want more. You're going to want to get a subwoofer if you want to do more. But everybody likes it. It's 15-inch on the bottom,
Yeah.
so it's got all the right pieces to it to make a good job. The box is bandpass, so
That to me looks like a mailbox.
This
it looks
down
like,
here,
yeah, it
it's
looks
a
like you would
bandpass
slide.
subwoofer.
Looks like you
Yeah.
would slide your envelope in the front of that thing, and like for like a mail. Like that ain't.
It's quite impressive. If you play a subwoofer like that outdoors, and you play, let's say, your subwoofer, your speaker outdoors,
Yeah.
this just generates a lot more bass off of it.
Okay, that's how that new Bass Boss subwoofer looks like that.
Yeah, it uses the box itself to generate the bass. So it's not trying to bounce off or create it. The sound wave virtually emanates out of the box, like through the material, generates this huge amount of bass, and it's deeper, stronger, and it's more steady through a room. It covers a larger space quicker in an open space. So when you're doing a hall and you're trying to cover the dance floor,
Yeah.
but you don't want the bass. This will get the bass in that dance floor more like an exploding, like a nuclear bomb going off.
Nuclear bomb.
So it's that. It's just like right there. It's like everyone's like seen the glow. It's like, oh my gosh. And that's a bandpass for you. But they tend to be bigger, a little bit. In this case, taller because they did that. They set it up that way. But outside of that, I thought it was very cool. I'm going to after tonight. I'm going to send these guys. Hey,
Yeah.
try and send me a speaker. And if they say, yeah, no problem. And then they, 3 days later go, oh shit, you're in Canada. Then I'll say, well, send it to my
Colleague.
my
Yeah.
colleague there in
Yeah,
Houston.
Your
And we'll
cohort.
do the review on the gear guys. We'll make the review happen here.
All right, Roger. Have a good night, man. He said he's got to be up in 2 hours, so he's got to run. Man, 2 hours.
2 hours. Dude,
Yeah.
be on your way, buddy. Be on your way. Be free.
Yeah. Got to get your rest in.
Yeah, gotta go to work. Gotta do your thing. So there you go. So yeah, I wanted to cover that. But yeah, I thought this would be pretty nice to try out. It seems to be pretty good
Yeah, it'd be cool to check out.
because it's something different. Whoops.
I know. I'd like to check out some speakers like that. I know ProRec has a lot of them like that. Even Exiton sells some speakers like that, and it'd be
Some of them are
interesting.
more consumer, but now they're starting to make some better commercial grade stuff. Which
Yeah.
is kind of cool. So that's the exciting part right there is that you're getting more commercial grade stuff from these companies. They're willing to sell it, and that's pretty good. Oh yeah, this is the other thing I wanted to show you.
I wish I could hear that freaking Blast King thing you got, that cabinet with the two things on top of it. I wish I could hear that damn thing.
The Tower of
Power. Yeah.
The TOP.
I know. I want to compare that to the stuff I have already, and see
That is like, it's not comparable to virtually anything. It's so powerful for one setup that you can turn into two. Like you can turn into a
Yeah.
left and right, but if you literally had two of these things, it's 100 dBs at 100 feet away.
Gee, that's crazy.
That's and it's the amount of energy it carries forward. It's just like it projects. It's you're looking at 8-inch drivers. Like basically, it would normally it would be like basically having four full size arrays stacked on top of double bass subwoofer on the bottom. It's
Wow.
like, and then plus the horn. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, yeah. I was,
What up,
that
Aaron
was.
the DJ? Thanks for joining, man. Appreciate you.
So, look at this right here. Now I get this. You should have this right here. Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? It goes right where the price. Okay. So see how normally you see the price and it might be or might not be on sale, right?
Yeah.
And then underneath it, it says what the regular price is if it's on sale. Right beside it now, it has price history. Have you seen this yet? What
No.
happens when you click on this? Watch this. I'm going to tap on this now. Watch what happens. All of a sudden, this opens up. You get their AI that gives you a whole bunch of price history. So now for 30 days, what was the best price over 30 days? What's the price now? If you
Cool.
click on 90, it tells you what the price was over the last 90 days. So you want to know if you're getting it on sale or at a good price?
Oh, wow.
Well, that was the cheapest price there. But look at that. So you know
Yeah.
that was the regular, never on sale. It's been on sale off and on. Then they gave it a big discount. I guess that was Black Friday there in the U.S.
Yeah.
And then you have this price till Christmas. So if you're keeping an eye and seeing if you're getting the best price for something, there you go.
Where'd you click
So
that?
that is right here.
Okay.
Right here.
Right
So
by the
just
price.
under
Okay.
under the price, it says price history.
Yeah.
So now you can see the history of your product. And remember, it's 30 days and 90 days. It always defaults for 30, but you can do 90. And this is their AI bot, eh? This is the Rufus.
Mm-hmm.
So you can compare similar PA speakers. So look, I can hit that button there. And it's going to compare similar PA speakers.
That's
So
cool.
the AI bot is going to search on Amazon for other speakers that are similar to this, and then show you a whole bunch of other things that may or may not. So look, they're telling me the Bose L1 is a match. They're telling me that the what else? The NB voice, and then so they're going through. They're showing different ones. I've seen this one before. This is exactly the same from another brand. So you almost get the impression. I like how they use PRX.
Yeah.
PRX1. Ooh. It's like, you know, these guys have sold more. One person wasn't too excited about it, but everybody else seemed to be really fine about it. 4s and 5s. It's exactly the same speaker, except it's got that crappy orange in the middle of it, which, is cool for all of about 5 seconds. But they both have this warranty, 7-year warranty.
7 years? Are you
Both
out of
these
your
companies,
mind?
7-year warranty. So I'm assuming it's the same company, 2 different sticker brands on it.
Company probably won't even be in business for 7 years.
Jesus. But look at that. So you get the AI, yeah. But look, check that out. Like they showed us all these different speakers that you may or may not have looked at because you looked at one, right? So here's where the Rockwell. So we started with the one. It shows us the difference. Here's a Rockwell. And they show us all the different prices.
Yeah.
God damn it. They're doing our job. This is our job. This is what we're trying to make a podcast about.
Yeah.
And this goddamn AI is doing it for us. So there you go. So I've just made our job obsolete by telling you, look, there's price history and there's comparison shopping. And is it easy to set up? Oh boy, is it easy to set up, James? We're gonna find out. We're gonna press this button and see how easy it is.
It don't look easy.
I know, it's like, they're really banking on those reviews. Now, see, the problem is this information is based on the reviews.
Yeah.
So if somebody was a monkey fucking a football and they couldn't make the speaker work, they're going, I don't know, man. I tried to put the headphones in the quarter-inch jack on the back of the speaker, and like nothing happened, and like it's no good. It was broken, so I'm sending it back now. Like it's a piece of shit. Don't buy this. Oh my gosh, I know exactly what I'm talking about because I've done this like for 5.5 seconds, and I watched that guy Robin on YouTube, and he told me to do it this way, and it didn't work. God damn it.